Welcome to 406 Regen. Just getting a load in here this morning. Got sprinkled on a little bit. Almost didn't. I was kind of worried I'd get the truck back out of the field where it was parked, but rain held off good enough to do that. So it'll clear up now. I don't think it'll do much. It'll might have slowed the farmers down a little bit this morning, but since I had a hard time getting up to my alarm and overslept it anyway, no big deal. Figure out the best camera placement for the truck. I got suction cups right now that hold the mount on the windshield there, and it's, I don't know, they're a pain in the butt. They keep falling off. I can't quite find the right spot for it. I'll have to do some more research and dig in on where people like mounting their cameras and stuff, that they're able to make the good YouTube videos that are out there that do get made. So even though I'm running a little bit late, I know I'm not the last truck there, because I got one of the big farmers' trucks is behind me, so I'm not gonna be the last one there. So it's harvest season, so now it's, yeah, the hours get longer, especially when I'm still trying to finish up some hay in at night. But the elevators are open from 7:30 to 7, so that probably means 7 to 7:30, depending on it. Used to be that way, that if the workers are there and we're too busy, that you could call them and then wait up. They'd not close it up for you for a half hour if they thought you were going to make it or whatnot. I never liked really doing that. It's happened to me a couple of times to where I knew something had came up and I knew I was going to be late. It's like, hey man, you know, I'd call them up, say, hey, I'm coming, I'm on my way, I got held up, you know, and they'd usually hold it open for 10-15 minutes extra to get by. So harvest season, like I said, I tried sprinkling a little bit, a little small thunder shower here this morning. Not nothing that it mounted to much, but where I was parked out on that dirt, that could have been not fun. cameras, get better action shots for people. But kind of is what it is too, so. At any rate, reckon I'll start the camera up again when I get to the elevator. Alrighty, got my tarp. We're here. Let's get weighed in. Everything in my power to be completely 100% straight to hit this. Hit the scale, not necessarily, I mean, I don't, well, weigh on the scale. As you can see, right now we're building the pile, so plenty of room at the moment. Now I took my phone out of the mount and I'm gonna weigh in. So anyway, looks like we got. They loaded last night. They got me a tad heavy here, but we'll keep that between ourselves. At least there's not a big line anyway. That's always a problem. Can be a problem if you show up to a place. You got 10 trucks. This place is usually pretty quick. So we'll get in here, unload it, and then I gotta call around and see what everybody is doing. This guy up here has got a nice electric tarp. I don't have that. I still got the hand cranker. That being said, the electric tarps during harvest season, they're awesome. When it all works. They also make it so they got electric traps, so you don't got to crank open the trap doors either. Don't have to stand all that dust. People like my brother's got allergies and stuff, and lots of grain dust, so it'll really choke a person up. So at this point, if you got enough money, you can be fancy enough, you can sit in your truck and open up the traps, open up the tarp, and never even have to get off your butt. Which maybe that's why we see some truckers like they are. So anyway, we are empty. Don't know why I turned the camera on when I gotta concentrate the most, so I can't talk, so I can't even think about what to talk about. But get scaled out. Then I gotta make a few phone calls, see where or what is happening for the rest of the day. I think we just gave the scale a brain fart. It didn't register, I pulled on. He came in kind of light, 93, 360. Maybe with Scale Master must not be sitting there or something. There we go. Make sure I get the right ticket and all that good stuff. Alrighty folks, well, I spent my time calling around here. That little bit of moisture we had this morning set everybody back, so guess I'm gonna go to the house and get some breakfast and do some haying. I reckon that's what I will do. So just drive back home, get in some other equipment, get working like that. That little bit of moisture will help so I can go cut a little bit without having to start any fire. I mean, it didn't make anything wet, but wheat is very particular on what can have on it and what it can't. So all the farmers I called around here just kind of shut me down. So for today, and we'll go from there. Alrighty folks, hopped in the pickup and went to town. Got a tank of red fuel for the tractor so we can finish hanging up. Me and old Bear, we went into town. So he don't get to ride too much. I don't take him with me like I did my old dog. He's the sheep dog, so that's his job. He gets to do sheep handling. So anyway, like I said, just went to town doing that. Now I'm probably going to be moving equipment out back. I got to see if my brother and them have moved the animals yet. Kind of watching that, those clouds, and seeing if we're going to end up getting wet again. I hope not. I'd sure like not have no rain on that hay I put up. But I mean, I guess it is what it is. So, but that's what I'm doing at the moment. Just coming back from town with a load of fuel. Yes, I'm holding my phone while driving, but it's a county road, and other than a family member, there should be nobody on this road at this point. I've passed all the other houses, so it almost turns into a private drive. My archways. Hey, anyway, so we're gonna head off and, like I said, check the animals, see what's going on at the house. Alrighty, folks. My brother is in process of moving the ewes, so we did. I stopped on the road, helped him get it done. I got the water moved. He's putting the box on right now. I'm walking back to the truck so I can park it in the yard, grab the raking tractor, and take it out back. So far, it looks like those clouds are circling wide of us. I hope so. I really do. They need to. So. It looks like they're cutting up there. So people are cutting. It's just in the process of moving or whatnot. So my truck sits in the yard for the minute, which is fine. It's not like I don't got plenty to do. So, like I said, I'm gonna park the Dodge, grab the raking tractor, at least drive it out back. It all takes time, so if it's all out there ready for me to go when I get home at night from driving all day, I can just get in the field directly and not have to take a lot of time out of the day to get there. So, alrighty, folks. Moving out to go cut some again. Now that the wind's died down, my brother's headed out to move the rams. Don't want to say a busy day, but we had a couple of thunderstorms try to roll over, so I couldn't come cut with that threatening the rain. Couldn't go haul grain because it did rain a little this morning around the different places. Got rained out with the one storm. It missed us, but it took out where I was going with the truck this evening. So now I'm just gonna go cut for a few hours. Try to wake up in the morning, rake a few hours for my brother. That way he can bail while I go haul grain tomorrow during the day. He might cut some tomorrow, I don't know. But if I put a few hours out here, out on this stuff out here, he wouldn't have more than, probably 6 hours to cut. So the end is getting nearer for hand, which is good. I don't know, sometimes it's easy to get down on life about where you're at. When up here in Montana, it seems like you spend 9 months in winter, 3 months preparing for winter. So it's kind of feast or famine. Always was with the semis too. It's either got to work or you don't. Our problem always was I could have 20 trucks right now. I could own 20 trucks and trailers right now for about 3 weeks. And that's it. Make as much money as I could in 3 weeks, and that's what you live off of. So it makes it very difficult to put all your eggs in one basket, which is why we aren't, and why we are trying to go to build up the meat market so that we're price setters, not price takers, which a lot of people in the ag industry that's wrong. You don't get to do that. But you do, to a certain extent, you do. It's just like trucking. If you know, okay, well, I was quoted called a couple of farmers and asked, because I hadn't hauled grain for a few years, and it was 30 cents a bushel to go on about 104-mile bounce. So that's to get loaded, go empty, and get back to where they were at. I haul basically, let's say, 1,000 bushels. So a guy's making $300 a trip on the truck to do that job. Some days you'll get lucky and you'll clear 4 loads. Most days it's 3 loads. And like today for me to get in that truck and get emptied out, it was just 1. I got 1 load in today. You can't, when fuel is almost $4 a gallon all by itself, 30 cents is a bigger company coming in a small rural area that might have 4 or 5 trucks, and they can cash flow, so they can scale a little bit more, so they can try to haul it cheaper. That don't work for a small company where you only got 1 or 2 trucks running. The truck has to make a certain amount a day. And I'll be honest, before fuel was, when I was hauling grain before, I always shot for $1,000 a day. It was a decent day if the semi made $1,000. Now with the price of fuel and stuff, that semi's got to make $1,300. And that's hard to do. Then you're not gonna do it at 30 cents a bushel. So it is what it is. People either hire me or they won't, but that price, you know, I'm a price setter. That's my price. Or my truck can sit there and I'll go get a job somewhere else. That's how it works. I don't do the trucking to do it because I love trucking, or just do trucking because I think I can make a little money on the side. The trucking is a job. I get in the truck, that's the job. It needs to pay. It needs to pay for the truck. It needs to pay for the maintenance, the tires, the equipment. And guess what? It also needs to pay for me to drive it. So, and that's the same with, you know, the regen meat, all natural, all grass-fed. People look at stuff and think, wow, that's really, really expensive. Because grocery stores have done a very good job about pricing things kind of as a unit. So, you know, you go look at a pound of meat and you see the big number. Oh wow, it's a big number, so I'll get a bowl of cereal instead. That's only, you know, I don't even know what a box of cereal is. Let's say $4. Well, you actually buy a pound of that cereal and not just one package. And now your cost almost as much as that meat. And I know what's a lot healthier for a person is the meat. Sorry. I'm trying to get everything set up so we can go and talk at the same time. Because I'm going to finish cutting my road out here. Out to the field I want to cut, but since I'm here, I'm going to cut this, so if we do happen to be driving out here a lot with a vehicle, we are not going to catch any fires from the exhaust or anything. Ugh. Yeah, the camera's better this way. So yeah, if a person actually priced stuff out by the pound, the hamburger and the meat, even though it looks like it's a big number, if you actually price out the other stuff, in the grocery store they call food to the pound, it'll open your eyes. So anyway, little rant over, I guess. But out here, again, like I said, I'm going to cut a few hours out here on this field. Get it opened up here before dark. Cut, like I said earlier, the wind was blowing. I didn't want to start no fires. I can put up with a little bit harsher wind now at nighttime because of the humidity and stuff is going to make it very hard to start a fire. So, and it wasn't all that hot today, so it should be fairly cool in the evening. But I also don't want to stay up too late cutting the night, because then I gotta try to wake up and rake in the morning, and the truck has to be at the field by 10:30. So I got a little time. But no, there's too many farmers and ranchers that do stuff for the lifestyle or can't see a way out, and I understand. I do. We took a loan out last year and pretty much got our asses handed to us. It's hard to see the way out. It's very easy just to get down in the dumps, and first, you can't allow yourself to do that. But, you don't get nowhere. So onward and upward, and there ain't nothing to it but to do it. I don't think I'm going to cut this field out there. It grew up fairly tall this year, but it still has quite a ways to go to get filled in. That's one we plowed up. Back there, we plowed that up and planted into it. But like I said, it's fairly light, so I'm just going to go ahead and let that seed itself out. I got to try to remember, there's a little wash that runs right down along in here. I don't want to have to go over it a whole lot of times, so okay, let's straddle it. So, anywho's, this is what I'm doing. I wanted to help my brother move the Rams, but we got going a little too late. By the time we got everything situated, knowing what we was doing. So now I gotta get this outside round done. As you can tell, it's getting fairly dark on me, but I'll get it. We border up. The reason I'm so concerned with it is we got a fence over this direction, and then a fence I gotta run along over there. So I gotta not run into a fence, preferably, to get it done. So, thanks for watching. Like to have seen anything you liked in the video, leave a comment. I'll keep trying to put them out. Try to find more and more useful stuff to talk about. It gets a little tricky in the truck when I'm trying to concentrate so hard to talk about something. So I gotta almost have some, it's just kind of ramblings, I guess. But I'll get better at it. You can stick around. My videos to get, hopefully, they're getting better and better. I'm trying for that. So anyway, thanks for watching.